Hi everyone, I'm Chris Hernandez and this is the Weekly Report, your look at news from the city of Kansas City, Missouri. Holiday lights and decor adorn the city, including right here at City Hall, where a beautiful poinsettia tree is displayed in the rotunda. Thousands of lights also brighten the mayor's Christmas tree at Crown Center once again. And you can help make the holidays a little brighter for local families by purchasing one of these cool Stay Frosty t-shirts. This year, the mayor has teamed up with Charlie Hustle to create these tees for everyone on your gift list. A portion of the proceeds from the shirt sales will help the mayor's Christmas tree fund provide holiday meals and presents to local families. Or you can make a direct donation to the mayor's Christmas tree fund at kcmo.gov/donate. The tree is located next to the ice terrace and will be on display until mid-January. We all know that Kansas City is famous for being the city of fountains, and last week work started on a restoration project across from the Brush Creek Community Center. Take a look at the Spirit of Freedom Fountain. It's getting a makeover as one of the Go KC projects. That's the $800 million bond package that kcmo voters approved earlier this year. Workers carefully removed the 5,000-pound sculpture that sits atop the fountain at Emanuel Cleaver II Boulevard and Cleveland Avenue, and it will be taken away for cleaning. Also, the fountain equipment, including the pump, pipes, and lighting in and around the fountain, will be replaced.
We, of course, have to again thank the citizens of Kansas City for their votes and efforts in helping us with the GO bonds to help us do a number of infrastructure projects, over $40 million worth of projects in this first year to make sure that we're focusing on the infrastructure here in Kansas City.
Our goal is to have all of our fountains in this city fully operational by Fountain Day 2018. And it's been a long time since we've been able to say that. So if we were able to pull that off, and that's our goal, this will be a great statement, great testimony to the fact that progress is occurring in Kansas City. Things are getting better every day.
This project is one of several approved by the City Council for the first year of the bonds. The renovation is funded by $750,000 in bond money, with the remaining money coming from the Public Improvement Advisory Committee and private donations as well. In the past 60 days, the city has started work on several other Go KC projects, including the Paseo Bridge over Brush Creek, street improvements at 22nd and Prospect, and the Kansas City Museum renovation. Go KC projects are just one example of the dedication of city employees and residents to keeping our city running. The numerous fountains wouldn't function without the hundreds of miles of water mains that crisscross the city, providing water for homes, businesses, and our famous fountains. So check out this video from the Water Services Department on how water infrastructure and the skilled laborers who construct it have contributed to our city for decades.
Imagine digging underneath the Missouri River in the 1920s with a pickaxe. That was the job of these men and many more, so KC Water could send treated water to homes and businesses south of the river. Construction methods and equipment available at that time made the job of building an underground tunnel slow and dangerous. Now, some 90 years later, we're getting a new look at their work.
It is exciting to have a look at a over 90-year-old piece of pipe that we've been sending water across to the customers. It provides a little bit of confidence to the department and to the city about one of its major assets, which is water to the Southland.
That dark, watery hole is the opening of a tunnel 300 feet deep and 3 miles long. In November, KC Water sent a submersible camera down to see what the pipe looks like now, how the concrete is holding up, are the joints secure, are there any signs of cracks. For a pipe that's nearing the century mark, the preliminary report was optimistic.
This will identify that yes, the tunnel, one of the two tunnels that we have, is in good condition and should stay for another 200, 300 years.
More investigative work may be done later in the year, which is part of our ongoing commitment to today's customers and future generations. In the meantime, KC Water will continue to provide a reliable source of safe, clean water to the hundreds of thousands of customers living in all parts of Kansas City. For KC Water, I'm Brooke Givens.
Quality Hill Playhouse is the place for live performances of music from the American Songbook and musical theater. Today we are at Quality Hill Playhouse in downtown Kansas City, Missouri with producing artistic director Kent Barnhart. Kent, thank you for having us here today.
Thanks for asking me and for being here.
And Quality Hill Playhouse has been around for a while. Downtown is starting to pop a little bit more, and there's a lot of development happening in more recent years, but you've been around for longer.
Well, actually this month is our 22nd anniversary. We opened December 5 of 1995, so 22 years.
Mm-hmm. And the American Songbook and musical theater, what was it about this type of music that you felt was so important to focus the mission around?
Well, I have always loved this music. I trained as a classical pianist, but I've loved this music because I think it is one of the only truly American art forms. And I think it is a universal art form. For instance, Irving Berlin's God Bless America. He wrote it almost a century ago, and now we're singing it at baseball games, and it's become our anthem, and it's become the thing that bonds us together in good times and bad. And I think the American Songbook does that. It reaches people universally. And keeping it alive in live performance is especially important, because then I like to say that you can read a book 5 times or you can watch a movie 5 times, but you can only experience a live performance once. There's something special about that energy in the room. So I love that.
And another important part of your mission is working with locals.
Yes, absolutely. Local talent in all aspects of our productions, whether it be actors, singers, technicians, lighting designers, directors, all of those people. Our Kansas City residents, that is part of our mission statement. We only hire local talent. We want to help grow the local talent pool, give them, have them make a living wage and be able to stay here in Kansas City, but also offer Kansas City audiences. Well, I love it when people say, "Are these people from New York?" I say, "No, the people from New York are the ones who bought the tickets to see them." It's very satisfying to see people discover, when they come down to see one of our performances, then they discover the Folly and they discover the Kaufman performing, they discover everything that's down here, and it opens up a whole new world to them.
Tell us about the current show that runs through December 24th.
Well, our annual holiday celebration, Christmas in Song, is a combination of sacred and secular, popular and traditional music. So we have 3 singers, and I play the piano and sing, and it's a collection of all different kinds of music. The first act is mostly traditional carols, although many of them are in updated arrangements, more contemporary arrangements. But I also like to include in every show maybe 1 or 2 songs that might be new to our audiences. So in this show, for instance, we're doing a song by Harry Connick Jr. that I think will be unfamiliar to people, but it's a lovely piece called I Come With Love. And it's a very uplifting holiday celebration, but as you and I were talking about earlier, because it's only 153 seats, it feels like people are kind of coming over to our living room, and we get to share music with them in our house, in our beautiful house downtown.
Well, speaking of your beautiful house, you've just had some changes up front.
We actually added a full lobby. We've quadrupled our lobby space and added a full bar with beverage service and a private event space. It's very exciting.
Now, can you tell us about January? Because that's just around the corner as well, the show in January.
We're already working on it. So in January and February, we'll be looking at the way the blues came in with a show called That Old Black Magic. Harold Arlen Brings in the Blues. And Harold Arlen was Jewish and was the son of a cantor, but really loved the theater. And he immersed himself from a very young age. He left home at 16 and began working with a lot of African American artists, and he actually wrote shows for the Cotton Club for a number of years. And so the show explores how he melded his Jewish service music and the African American traditions together to create something that was new to the songbook, with songs like Stormy Weather and Blues in the Night and That Old Black Magic, Get Happy, Accentuate the Positive, and brought something new into American popular music.
Well, that all sounds exciting, and you have other shows, but people can check out your website to get
Absolutely.
tickets. And what is your website?
Very simple, www.qualityhillplayhouse.com, all one word, qualityhillplayhouse.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. For those, it's at the QHP.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing time with us and your home with us.
Well, thank you for coming over.
And for all that you do.
Thank you.
The Neighborhood Tourist Development Fund supports local nonprofits that bring cultural, social, educational, and recreational activities to our area. To learn about additional upcoming events, visit kcmo.gov/ntdf.
As you know, Kansas City is world famous for fountains, barbecue, and swinging jazz. But now the arts and those who create them will take the international stage. Next fall, over a 2-month period, you will see and experience art installations of all kinds popping up everywhere across the city. Open Spaces 2018, a Kansas City arts experience, will be a new 2-month showcase for more than 80 local, national, and international artists. It takes place August 25th through October 28th. Open Spaces will feature art experiences across the city with a hub of activity centered in Swope Park. Artists from all disciplines can now apply to participate. Apply now through January 31st, 2018 at openspaceskc.com. Artists can also attend an informational meeting on Saturday, December 16th at 9:30 a.m. at Swope Memorial Golf Course in the Clubhouse Banquet Room. That's located at 6900 Swope Memorial Drive. There are also 3 other meetings for artists. Those will all take place at the Southeast Community Center, located at 4201 East 63rd Street. And those meetings will happen on Monday, December 18th from 6:30 to 8 p.m., Tuesday, December 19th from 1:30 to 3 p.m., and Tuesday, December 19th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. For more information about Open Spaces and to see that call for artists, visit openspaceskc.com.
Holiday joy can also bring holiday danger. To make sure you have a safe season, follow these tips from professional firefighters. Always light candles away from Christmas trees, wreaths, curtains, or anything flammable. Blow out all candles when you leave a room, and never leave children alone with lit candles. Artificial Christmas trees should be fire retardant, and real trees should be watered daily and kept at least 3 feet from fireplaces, radiators, space heaters, and other heat sources. A public safety message from the International Association of Firefighters.
The moment when I realized that I needed to change or needed help was whenever I did not know where I was going to stay or where I was going to be. Like, I had nowhere to go, and it was no fun. It's not a good time. It wasn't a good time at all.
I knew I had HIV, but there were no medicines, so I said, well, what's the difference? But in '95, I came down with triple pneumonia and was sent to the hospital in what I guess we'd call the HIV ward. I recall hearing crying in and out of my delirium. And afterwards, I asked, what was all that crying about? And they said, Those are some of the mothers of the people that didn't make it. So after that, I had to reinvent myself and realize after so many years just sitting there, I'm not dying. I'm surviving. I just have to get up and do something now. Little by little, every day, doing more and more. Finally got myself up and ready to re-enter the world, and I started volunteering.
I think consumers are a very important part of our HIV care continuum. The idea is they're living through this system, they're experiencing it on a personal level.
Before I became chair, I was actually a consumer of Ryan White, so I've witnessed from being linked to care all the way to the accessing services.
Integrated services are a key part of our planning process. It allows for clients to be able to give information once and not have to duplicate that. It allows for us to be able to leverage funding streams and resources.
We actually have a comprehensive prevention and treatment model that we've done for over years, even on our state level, to where our planning body and also our prevention, which is care and treatment, come together and work together for the benefit of the consumer as a whole person.
Our ACA enrollment, as funded by the REACH Foundation, has really improved our ability to connect clients with care. And our service integration project with the RAND Corporation really allows our housing system and our Ryan White system to work together in the best interest of the client.
When the Housing Task Force first started, our main purpose was to work on integrating data. We had gotten funding through the RAND project, and we really wanted to focus on looking at health outcomes and housing outcomes. When I have openings here in the Restart HOPWA program, I will announce it system-wide to all the KCTGA medical case managers, and they submit their clients in for a lottery. Clients are selected at random through the lottery. We give them a private place to come and to take care of themselves, to take care of their medical needs.
Look, if you're thinking tonight about where you're going to lay your head, chances are you're not thinking about taking your meds, if you even have your meds.
My role as a landlord is to provide quality, safe, and affordable housing to patients diagnosed with the HIV virus.
I started the process with housing through my caseworker at KU Med Center, and he's the one who got me hooked up with SaveInc to receive the housing voucher. Once I got into stable housing, that's when I could actually start working on myself. Instead of having to worry about where I was going to stay, I could actually focus on getting my life in order. And I think it's the best thing anybody could do is get into stable housing. I just recently started college. Without SaveInc and the people that helped me get to where I am now, I don't think I would ever thought about even going.
My role is to help people on their continuum of illness to lead a better quality of life, because they are the living part of the disease. It's the living through it and with it that is the soul of being able to survive it. Kansas City is doing a great job in the 2 communities, 2 clinics that have peer educators. We collaborate with our programs. We collaborate with each other. The peers talk to one another.
The Hispanic community, we are on the 3rd most affected ethnicity affected by HIV. But in the Kansas City, Missouri, we are the 2nd one. So continuing the work that I do, it helps to prevent the spread of HIV, 1. 2nd, it helps to actually get the information out. Just coming here to Good Samaritan Project means a means of success. So every day is a success.
As a consumer, it was important for me to be a part of the decision-making process. Just my experience would produce better healthcare outcomes if we know barriers that will potentially compromise members that aren't living with HIV or not aware of. What I like to do and is create change, and I'm happy that I can be a part of this team and represent for the patient. We review surveys from the patients and the clients, and what they say is important to the TGA in Kansas City, and so They get it. Kansas City gets it.
Having adequate housing for everyone, especially those living with HIV, is incredibly important. It really provides a service that is invaluable and one that I'm incredibly thankful is available here in Kansas City. It is imperative that elected officials have all of the facts that we need so that we can better advocate for our constituents. That we have a city right now that is really on the move. We're working to connect all of our services in a more efficient manner and making sure that all of us in the city have the same experience as far as livability is concerned. If I could describe Kansas City in one word, I'd say thriving.
I think that one word would be resilience.
I would say it's integrated.
Collaboration.
Perseverance.
Ahead of the game.
If I had one word to describe Kansas City, it would be hope. Hope for the future.
There's plenty of good, strong people. I want to be a part of them. I want to be in that crew. And so that's why I do it.
Setting up your Christmas tree is always a highlight of the holiday season, but disposing of that tree after the holidays doesn't have to be such a chore. You can recycle your natural Christmas tree on Saturdays for free at any one of the city's 3 leaf and brush drop-off centers. They are located at 11660 North Main Street, 1815 North Shoto Traffic Way, and 10301 Raytown Road on Saturdays through January 13th. Residents will be charged $5 per tree for the disposal of Christmas trees on Monday through Friday, however. All trees must be free of lights, tinsel, and other decorations. Proof of residency is required. And you know those strings of holiday lights that seem to quit working each year? You can recycle those light strings at any Mid-Continent Library branch or check our website for a list of other recycling locations that will be open through January 12th. For more information, visit kcmo.gov/trash. Trash and recycling collection for the weeks of both December 25th and January 1st will be on the holiday schedule, which means your trash will be picked up on the day after your regular trash day. Don't forget, the week of December 26th through the 30th is also a no-tag period for trash collection in the city. That's when residents may set out more than 2 bags of trash without tags. And please remember, wrapping paper should be thrown in the trash. It is not recyclable. That does it for this edition of the Weekly Report. To view this program again or any other Channel 2 videos, go to kcmo.gov and search Channel 2. That page has a link to our YouTube channel and all of our great programs, which you can view on demand. I'm Chris Hernandez. Happy holidays to you and yours.